Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Monday, September 8th, 2025. Now, Luigi Mangione, there was a filing on Friday in which his lawyers doubled down on their demand for an informational outline of why the death penalty is being sought against him. And one of the things that jumped out at me, we posted, of course, the whole filing, but was their argument that the government is wrongly saying that Mangione has somehow inspired others to take lone wolf action. And they used as their example, as apparently the government did, Shane Tamura, who drove from Nevada to Midtown Manhattan and opened fire inside the NFL's building, but not the NFL's office. The NFL season has of course begun, and there was a line by Tom Homan where he said, "We're playing the away game," but we tweeted that over the weekend. So the Luigi filing is in, and we'll be covering something I believe on September 16th. September 16th. So watch this space. In crypto/court openness world, on Friday, the lawyers for Sebastian Greenwood, the co-founder of the fraudulent crypto firm OneCoin, doubled down again, it seems to be the theme, saying that he should get a free lawyer despite reputedly stealing $300 million. That was the number that then Damian Williams, then U.S. attorney, said he stole. How can he get a free lawyer? So we've just said we haven't said that he can't. We've just said that his CJ-23 affidavit should be public, as Michael Avenatti's was after our filing. And I think that Sebastian Greenwood stole more money than Avenatti, although some in Los Angeles may disagree. They've also said they won't begin unsealing any of the documents we want access to until they get a ruling on their free lawyerhood. So we oppose both in a letter filed Friday, and you can check that out. More seriously, there was a woman from Panama that was arrested and pled guilty in New York State court to some petty larceny, kind of nothing charges, but she was here illegally. And so she was pleading guilty on Friday, but wanted to plead guilty in such a way that she wasn't deported. And so it happened, she did plead guilty. She was taken into ICE custody. It's not clear what's going to happen next, and she was crying. It was the rare, you only catch kind of glimpses of how the local arrest for small things will lead to detention and deportation. And I think that she'll remain in the MDC, but now under ICE custody in the MDC. We're more and more covering because the two are connecting back up. The guilty plea took place right over there on 100 Center Street, the lit up tall building behind me, where we'll be this afternoon, I believe, for the trial of Mr. Ortiz, which we discussed last week. So there's that. Now, Abrego Garcia has been informed that he may be deported, not to South Sudan, not to Costa Rica, but to, get this, eSwatini, formerly known as Swaziland. They thought that by putting an E in front of it, it would seem to be very high tech. Will he be bound to, we're going to have more of the Nashville case. We're going to be reporting more on that case as it goes, as we do on the United Nations, because over the weekend, 3 scoops. One we'd already alluded to, but 2 are new. One has to do, again, with South Sudan envoy Nicholas Fink Haysom. Now the staff are saying he hasn't been there in 6 months, and it's a kind of a slow decline. We have nothing against him, but how can the UN be paying public money to a guy to be the envoy to a country he's not in? And where are the UN supporters talking about this? I haven't seen them. Guterres, of course, as a question about corruption was even just begun to be asked in his junket in Papua New Guinea, PNG, walked away from the microphone. Now he's back in New York, and we're still waiting for a ruling on our application of Juneteenth, 2025, to enter and cover the upcoming Unga Week. To be continued.